3. 1, 2, 3. I'm Bottles.
I'm Mori.
Welcome to this long ass cutscene.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put this down. You enjoy the movie.
Kind of best to think of them as just movies trying to, like, understand this plot.
I just have to, like, get back into the mindset of that I'm playing Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
But at least with...
This will be good training for you for when you do Metal Gear Solid 1.
Yeah. Well, the thing with Metal Gear, though, is at least the cutscenes are, like, interesting.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just watching someone fumble
admit,
with
like,
a thing
yeah,
for, like, an hour.
I admit, like, these types of, like, cutscenes are kind of, like, boring, but, like, there are, like, pretty cool cutscenes later on in the game.
It's me, Deadman.
Real Deadman.
Sorry, my mistake.
Everybody keeps forgetting that.
Everyone keeps forgetting he's germophobic.
He hates touching people.
Even though he wears gloves.
The president's condition has deteriorated. Thank you. This will help to ease the pain.
He has a phobia of touching people, but, like, he's still okay with punching them in the face.
The first and last female president of the United States. Surely you remember her. She raised you. You're not exactly dressed for a reunion. Take that off before you come inside.
Wow. Fuck you too, I guess.
This is my work uniform.
I literally showed up for work. Gameplay.
I can navigate menus. I did
Good job. You didn't damage this and fuck it all up.
Hooray. Okay. Uh-huh.
That is good.
Okay. Beautiful.
The condition was A-okay. I can't stop thinking about Sydney's voice right now.
I just love it. It's just Maxwell Smart / Spy Fox. The metal detector erector ray. How does it work, Doc? That's all it is.
You're about to meet the coolest mask, or probably the person who wears the coolest mask in the fucking game. I want one so bad. I wonder what happened to his face though.
DieHardMan.
Now understand this. There's Deadman. There is a Hartman later on that you meet, and then there's DieHardMan. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be some type of joke or some, like, you know, bigger meaning behind that.
What's it been, Sam? 10 years? Look at us. A bunch of deathless freaks meeting like this. Yeah, well, good to see you two. President's waiting.
Is that Hillary Clinton?
It's your mother, Bridget. She's a bit out of it, but I know she'll recognize you.
When I was watching this, I couldn't help but think about Margaret and her, like, loneliness.
Please, I only have about 5 minutes to live.
Sam, it's been a long time since I've had the touch of a man.
Please, just stroke my ear.
You'll see what I mean in this sec. She gets kind of creepy later on.
We'll leave you two alone.
Thanks, Deadman.
Make sure you put that back on me nice and slow later.
Pull my hair a little.
Spit in my face, call me names. Look at my shiny sleeve.
You're doing all right.
Did you eat your bad lunch that I made you?
I left you your favorite Lunchables.
It's just a plastic bag with, like, half of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
But it's, like, clearly, like, bitten out of.
It's only the peanut butter side, there's no jelly at all.
At
It's
least
just
I took off.
slushing all over and staining the insides of the bag.
At least I took off the crusts.
Mom, I like the crusts.
Still going on about that, huh?
You're the one I wanted to send, Sam. Time's running out. Help Molly. She needs you. Together, you can help us reconnect. We can make America whole.
To make America great again.
Sam, if we don't all come together again, humanity will not survive.
We don't need a country. Not anymore.
We do. Alone, we have no future.
No, America's finished. Bridget, you're the president of jack shit.
Sam, listen to me.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Yeah.
Sam, get back here. Get Mama some sugar.
I know you've been sniffing my panties.
Someone has.
It's actually her panties like tied up over her freaking head.
What the fuck is this black shit?
Oh, I never noticed that before.
So you are willing to help me.
No,
You looked better when you got haircuts. Get off me.
This is very rapey, Mom.
Love you, Sam.
Okay. You did not say that so close?
I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
You could have just told me that on the bed. Wait, hold on, that sounds worse.
Madam President.
Thank God she's dead.
Oh, thank God. I mean, oh no, she's dead.
Doctor, we need your help.
You know what's sad about these Dunkin' Donuts straws is that they deteriorate and they can't, like, you know, at least for mine, when you use things like this, like the little like scrunchy
Yeah.
parts of it, they should make.
That's
it
why paper straws suck so much asshole. I do hate the environment. Fuck paper straws. They don't work.
Use a spoon.
I will. I'll drink my drinks like soup. Well, I'm glad that you got a good laugh.
Just use my straw.
It's fine.
We have straws from the other place that are plastic. Just replace them.
Yeah.
That makes sense though.
I don't just want to keep them.
I like to complain. It's my job. What?
Oh yeah, that didn't take place in like the presidential building. That's just to make the
The patient feel better?
I guess.
Okay.
Maybe.
Make the patient feel at home. I'm like, what the fuck is this wily ass I'm not actually an alien thing? Who is this lady? And why is she smudged out like
So
a
for
fucking-
some reason they used the same actor for Amelie as they did for the president.
No one can know that
Mhm.
the president is dead. If word gets out, Bridges is finished. And what happened here does not leave this room. Do you understand?
You're having trouble.
Matter of the body. Get a corpse disposal.
We've got that covered.
Now, if she was a president and she necrotizes into a BT, does that make her a presidential BT? Maybe she can lead the BTs away?
Tell him to leave. Norman, wake up.
Sam, before she died, the president made a contract with you.
What are you talking about?
As a member of Bridges, you're gonna work with the rest of us to rebuild America.
You think you can recruit me? Like she tried to?
She succeeded. Look at your wrist. If that's not symbolic, I don't know what is.
Director, the cancer spread throughout her entire body. Harvesting organs is out of the question, and there is no need for an autopsy. Her body needs to be cremated before she necrotizes.
She literally had cancer of the
And
everything.
if we don't, this place will turn into another crater.
What do you want me to do?
So these necrotizers just
We
fucking
don't have
explode?
any orders right now.
Oh,
And the CD team
here's how I'm gonna give you like a well after this cutscene's done I'll explain
But the president's body
because you'll be taking the
has
body
be
to a
burned.
cremation chamber anyway.
The
So
road from capital
I'll
not
talk on the
saved
journey.
is
A lot of things will be explained in the journey.
The only way there is on foot, through the mountains. But the chiral density there is off the chart. It's gotta be BT's.
This job has requirements. Tombs. Repatriate.
Listen to me. Why?
Sam, you're already on the clock.
Just go. We're paying for you to complain about this. Go.
Now get it done. Sam Porter Bridges.
Fucking sucks.
Can you just call me Sam? God damn it. You don't have to call me by my 3 names.
It's weird. His name is Sam Porter Bridges, but that's not his actual name.
Yeah.
Porter is his job. Bridges is the name of the company, but apparently that's also his name. But that's okay because his mom was the president and she kind of founded the Bridges Project.
Okay.
But those aren't even like both his real names anyway, because as you find out later on.
Can I have a moment?
Why'd you try to
President
rape your
Strand
mom?
believed in American Reconstruction.
Her name was
She
Strand?
worked tirelessly.
Like,
Oh yeah, that's
Strand.
right. Yes, Strand.
Without her, there would be no Bridges. She deserves a funeral with full.
Yeah, I think
honors.
Kojima got pretty lazy with the names in this game.
She
He like
dies,
literally
America dies.
calls he like names people after like
Bridges will cease to be
specific terms that are in like the systems, I guess you could say.
Her cremation must be carried out with the utmost secrecy.
Even if we pull it off, what then? Who's gonna take her place? Face it. America's history.
Sam, America isn't dead yet.
You just said that it dies if Bridget dies.
She may be lost to us, but we still have an America worthy of the presidency.
Sorry, what?
Let's not get into it now. What matters is that we're going to finish your mother's work and rebuild America as she intended. That's the reason Bridges exists. So take the first step, Sam, and deliver the president's body to the incinerator.
If we don't all come together again, humanity will not survive.
So he's kind of like phasing out a bit.
Yeah.
You're the one I wanted to send, Sam. Time's running out. I love you, Sam.
Oh, he's spacing out again.
The facilities to the southwest. Remember that you'll be passing through BT territory.
We built the incinerator way up in the mountains so that the chiral matter in the smoke wouldn't reach the city. It won't be easy carrying a body up there.
We'll be monitoring you around the clock. If anything comes up, we'll offer you support via the cufflinks.
Later, man.
Alrighty, make sure that doesn't explode. At some point you do like deliver like an actual bomb someplace.
Yeah.
They like tell you that it's a bomb. Damn it, I should have brought a spoon with me.
Alright. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Dead men explain how to use the cuffs, right?
Alright.
Use them to check the location of the incinerator.
Hello?
So that's the incinerator.
This thing right here.
Yeah. So one thing that I'll let you know about is when you're on the map, if you like touch the touchpad and then like sort of like move the thing, you can kind of see like the elevation of everything.
Yeah.
And so it kind of clues you in on like, all right, so maybe I should go here instead of here because there's like a steep, incline there, and I probably won't be able to climb that. you know, things like that.
Yeah.
So you can kind of plan your routes that way.
Okay. Oh, no.
Every minute counts when transporting corpses from disposal.
They say that, but that's not true.
48 hours following cardiac arrest, they go necro and become a fresh BT to make our lives hell.
So, here's how the food chain works. At some point, the Death Stranding happened, and Timefall fell, and the Land of the Dead became merged with the Land of the Living, where you are right now. In the sense that, you know, dead people are, you know, their spirits are still, like, you know, around and shit. You can't go that way. You go around from, like, where you came before. And now when people die, their bodies necrotize, and the appearance of this this new element called chiralium has shown up, and it has very weird properties. It like fucks with time a bit.
Hey, Sam. Hello?
I found the button.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, continue.
So when a person dies, they basically, their soul essentially, like, or rather their body necrotizes, and then their soul becomes more of a, so that's going to give you a simple straight line. You could put more markers everywhere. So like if you say if like you hold down square, it's going to take off all the markers that you have on the screen, and then if you want to, you can basically like have them like go to a straight line here, then go here, then go here, and like make like a little web of like, you know, a different so yeah. So like say go to C real quick, and if you hold down square and then go pass it over to D, it like connects it, and then so you can make another one. You could do another one too just from D, and then like, you know, so if you start from like where E is and then hold down square again, you can just make it like another point like that too. But so when a body dies, they necrotize, and that essentially
I can't make any more markers.
I think you've made a lot of markers already, so what you'll do is go to the map again.
Don't mind me.
Hold down square to remove all of the markers just for a bit. So then, if you want to, you could start it at where like the exit is. And from there, you could hold square and then, you know, plant it on wherever you want to go.
Alright. This is probably going to take forever.
So with bodies, they kind of tend to sway a bit, so you're gonna have to pay more attention to it. One thing I like to do with carrying things in general that make me like sway a whole bunch, he's more stable when he's holding both of them at the, like all the time. It makes him a little bit slower, but he doesn't fall as much whenever he when he's walking. So there's just a lot of just holding those two down and just kind of walking. Eventually, you do get like skeletons or like power skeletons that help you deal with the with the weight. So at some point you do get like a power skeleton that lets you carry up to like 300 pounds and shit, and like you can carry like towers of things and not be like, you know, fucking, you know, not smooth moving slow. You'd still be like dealing with the like balance and shit, but so long as you keep like holding the two buttons, you'll be like perfectly balanced. He's always faster if you're not holding those two things down, but it's a good idea to, like, you know, do it if you're swaying too much. Wind has a lot to do with it. You know, whenever it's windy, it'll probably push like your cargo towards a direction if you have too much shit. But yeah, back to the food chain. So when a body dies, it necrotizes and then it becomes a BT. It's been tested in game that if you kill someone and like you leave their body alone for 24 hours, it like you can see it visibly necrotize into a BT, and it like causes like the time fall whenever they turn into a BT, and you have to deal with it and kill it. When you leave a body, they tell you, like, I don't care how it happened, you know, if it's a corpse, you have to try and incinerate it over in an incineration like station. And the reason for that is whenever a body dies, it also like causes like chiralium to sort of spout out, because there's like apparently there's chiralium that's just like, you know, that spews out whenever the body necrotizes and shit. And they make incinerators so far away from like communities and shit because the smoke, you know, BTs are very BTs and chiralium are like hand in hand. You know, if you see a BT, there's most likely going to be chiralium somewhere around. If you kill a BT, even, you get like chiralium out of it. And yeah, and when a BT is left, or rather when a body's left alone, they'll tell you, all right, well, you gotta get rid of it. If you leave it alone, there's a chance in the game where, like, you know, DieHardMan tells you, like, oh, luckily someone in the corpse disposal team found that body and, you know, took care of it for you. I don't know how that happened, but you have to be more responsible, man, and like they kind of just like warn you about that. But if you do leave it alone, the implication is that it turned into a BT, and then it found someone, and then it like ate them and caused a void out, which, you know, you can get eaten by a BT yourself, and it's fine because you have dooms and you're repatriate, which means that whenever you get eaten, a BT will still void out, but they can't use enough of your soul energy in a sense, because you essentially escape death, and therefore they can't really like use up all of your soul essentially, and you don't cause as big of an explosion, but it still leaves an impact on the map, and you can't, like, you know, cross over the crater anymore. It affects the map, and when it gets in touch with someone that doesn't have dooms, it creates a much bigger void out, and that usually causes a game over, and because it starts to like make like way too much damage for the game to even progress, and so they kind of just have you, like, you know, reset and such. And yeah, that's kind of like what they try to avoid is, you know, BTs getting too like close to humanity. And I'm a little surprised. Why is there a ladder there? You shouldn't be in the in the chiral network yet. And yeah, it's just like most of the stress is coming from organizing what you're taking with you, and then if anything, if you have to deal with, like, you know, BTs or mules, that's kind of a stressful part too. But a lot of it's just like, you know, basically going on a journey to deliver the thing that you have. And you can just talk about life and really
Just
relax to this and chill.
Vibe.
Just really, I could really vibe to this.
I could totally rave to this.
I'm surprised you're seeing a player's ladder.
Yeah.
So if you want to, you could change your route. So yeah, that route seems to be like full of steep hills, but it seems if you go to your right,
Yeah.
it'll probably be a bit easier. Later on, you'll get to the right vehicles, make like weapons to like defend yourself against mules and terrorists. The game like does a good job of like spacing out all the like new things that like get added to the mix.
Yeah.
I'm like debating whether or not we should like focus a lot of the game because it's gonna take. I feel like it's gonna take a long time anyway. But like this is like sort of the beginner section. It's kind of giving you a feel of like what the rest of the game is gonna be like. You like deal with like things here and there, and then once you get to the second part of the game, it like reveals most of the map to you, or the rest of the map, I should say.
Yeah.
And like there's like an unfinished highway, and you can keep building that highway, and you spend time building that highway and shit. And it takes a while, but in the long run, it makes delivery so much easier because now you don't have to worry about all this terrain bullshit. A lot of times you're gonna have to climb whenever you you're gonna have to watch out your stamina bar too whenever you're going uphill too, because once you like deplete it, he starts like sliding down. So every now and then, just let him like rest for a little bit.
Nice.
That's the same thing with rivers too. If you're crossing a river and like he's starting to get tired, that's when he like his legs usually give. So yeah, if you're having trouble, it's like going up. Like it's good to just like try and give him like a little jump, see if you can like climb some.
I'm like doing this the complete wrong way.
It's fine.
But whatever, it's working.
It's working. But yeah, like Sam himself is like just a porter. He does it freelance. So these walls you're never gonna be able to climb up unless you have a rope with you. So
there's a rope right here.
Yep, there's a rope right there, and you can climb up.
Let's see. Oh.
This is something I wish they kind of had in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
So I would just climb from there. And you're here.
You did it. Are you tired?
Oh gosh.
Oh.
So that's the place.
Okay, Norman, chill out.
When you're walking downhill, it's a little like dangerous. They'll start like speeding up a bit.
Yeah. We're almost there, Susan. My name's Bridget. I'm there.
Time to go to a barbecue.
We're having ribs
And tongue.
and breast.
And liver.
Take it.
Take this away from me.
Take her. Bitch. Bye, Ma. See you in hell.
Don't wait up. I can't die. Are we feeding? I love this part. They like
If she just started screaming. That would be so funny.
Oh, well, can't take it back. For the good of America. You had cancer anyway. You're practically dead.
Here
You had like every cancer. There was no way we could have cured you with all that. Oh yeah, by the way, burn the baby.
But I like the baby.
What's this?
BB-28. It's the unit E4 was assigned. It was hooked up to you.
I don't think you could choose.
Charlie didn't do it.
Well, I don't think you
I don't
can
think
choose.
you choose. I think it's just a
Because
cutscene.
it's flagged for disposal.
Oh, okay. Well, he just
Central Now's gone, and our headquarters along with it. Because
You
that
said
thing
to do
didn't
it
do
so
its
that
job.
everybody was
It's
No,
all
yeah, no,
yours
you
lost.
can't.
Oh, okay.
No, I was appreciating the fact that they were like, oh yeah, by the way, burn the baby.
Yeah.
It can't be repaired, and it can't survive outside the pod.
Yeah, fuck women. They treat babies as objects in this game.
It has to go. The director approved the order.
Well, the director's wrong. This one's mine.
I'm adopting it. So I wonder how you'll do in this part.
I'll die.
Probably.
Oh.
It's okay though. It's like a learning experience. It just shows you how challenging and also kind of annoying how VTs can be. Well, not in this. So one thing I do have a bit of a gripe about in this game is that they talk about like weather and shit and rain, but like there seems to be a constant like area in which there's always rain and there's always VTs at, which I think is kind of like, I don't know. I just don't like it. Like I like for there to be like random points. It's like at some point you get the ability to see when the weather's going to change. And anytime there's a time fall, there's a chance that you'll encounter VTs. But well, there's some areas that are.
There's tons of them.
Yeah.
The bodies we couldn't get up to the incinerator in time. Comes with the territory, I'm afraid. Can you sit out the rain?
No. They're closing in on my position. I have to move before they realize I'm in here.
Sam, if one of those things gets you, it'll trigger a void out. You'll come back, sure, but the surrounding area will still be a crater.
Remember, running away is always an option.
Can you fight them?
You can.
Got an idea.
You just don't. Well, you just don't have the tools to fight them back.
Fair enough. Get some running.
Eventually, once you progress to the story, you'll get hematic grenades, which are just they're like weak to your blood, specifically your blood, and not like human blood. Maybe I should reword that. They specifically hate his blood.
Start with shit. Maybe you are defective.
Now these things know how to scan for
That's it.
for VTs.
Do you think?
Now, compared to the areas I've seen in the other games, this shit is like super hard to get through.
Okay.
Like, I think they expected the player to get caught in this. I managed through it just fine without getting caught and having to deal with the boss fight. But, like, compared to areas that I've seen where there's like a whole bunch of VTs, like, there's a shit ton here. Like, there's like they're like so heavily there. So press circle to crouch. That's gonna like be like your main way of like sneaking around, and that's your like your urge jack is letting you know how close they are to you. So whenever it spins like that, it's good to like hold your breath and just move away from it. When it's blue like that, it's okay to like stop holding your breath and just like breathe and shit. it can only like sense one at a time. So while it's still looking at that one, there's probably more around you too. So like, you know, try to stay away from where. If you want to too, whenever you stay still, they like show where exactly they are. So I would just keep moving.
I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea where I'm going.
As long as it's away from them.
That's the goal.
I've never seen it point at them like that.
Probably not that way.
No, you don't do that at all.
Didn't mean to do that.
I think there might be a rope actually that you could climb down. So try to look for that rope. There you go.
Ah, yes. Thanks, Igor. Can I use it?
Yeah, grab the rope. There we go. I'm surprised it's still chasing you. For me, I'm usually safe here. You should be good to release the rope. You're not gonna like fall from here too easily. Just you know, watch your step whenever you go down. So one thing I like about this game is that, see those footprints that you kind of leave behind whenever you go?
Yeah.
So whenever you use them over and over again, it kind of creates a path, and other players will see that too. And what this game does is that, say if there's like a lot of rocky paths, and like you have to just walk through it, the more you walk through that same exact path, and the more other players have walked through that same path, it becomes like a trail that like clears away, and it's easier to walk through. Like imagine like if you were going through a forest, and like, you know, if you go bike riding, let's say, and you and your friends go to this one spot all the time through the same exact route, and it just kind of creates that dirt trail for a bike to follow. That happens in this game too. So like if it's like, so like if you always climbed over this rock, and other players have done that too, eventually that rock's going to disappear, and it kind of just makes like, you know, it just makes the trail like more like easier to traverse, I guess you could say.
Yeah. That's cool.
Which really helps out with one of the preppers. He like lives in the middle of like a huge rock formation, but like so many people have walked through the same exact path that it just becomes like a bit of a road that you could use. So before you couldn't even use like a proper like vehicle to get to it, but now you can.
I gotta say, this is a pretty, like, zen-ish game.
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna continue this next time. Guys, if you liked the video, like it, comment, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one.
What's cool about it is that you can actually stop whenever you want. If you stop right now and press circle... Oh, I guess you can't do that yet, but eventually, once you when we start actually getting into the game, we can actually rest whenever we want, and sleep. But anyway, yeah, if you like the game, like it, comment, and subscribe to it. Click the bell notification to see any future uploads of Death Stranding, as well as our ongoing series, Last Window. And check out me and Bottles play other games too, like Doki Doki Literature Club. Tongue twisted. What was the other one? Oh, Hotel Dust. I keep thinking it's like Cape West. Like Last Window and Cape West are different games.
Yeah.
And check us out on Twitch TV for Bottles' 100% completionist challenge. And I think it's www.twitch.tv/GameControllerNetwork. And check us out on our social medias over at Instagram, Twitter, and I guess YouTube.
And Facebook.
And Facebook. Yeah, that's right, we do have Facebook.
We literally look at all the messages, so if you have requests for games you want us to play, we always take. We always appreciate suggestions.
Yeah, that's right.
Or if you made a game and you want us to play it, just email
that'd be
it over.
interesting.
It's happened before.
That's cool.
Like, you remember when you and Pete played
yeah, I remember that.
Prince game? Yeah, that was sent over to us.
And
that game cost money, and we got it for free because they wanted us to play it.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty cool of them.
I think that's it. Oh, and the question of the day.
Yeah.
What's your favorite music to just kind of zen out to, you know? Like, you listen to just rainwater hit the ground, or, you know?
I could tell you exactly who to look up if you ever want to just zen out to some music. Just look up Atronox Aura.
Atronox Aura.
They have some good shit. I'll show you like a song by them like after we end the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm Bottles.
I'm Mori.
See you later.